So who are the top 10 wrestlers in WWF, WCW, and ECW of 1999? At number 10, Kane. 1999 was a big year for Kane. First, he started out as a reluctant member of the corporation, doing their bidding as an unstoppable monster. But his time there, he did make a friend in China. The two would even go on to best DX members Triple H and X-Pac. However, she would betray him. Once he left the corporation, he would join forces with X-Pac. And it was an unlikely partnership that really brought out the Big Red Monster's humanity. The two would go on to capture the tag titles. During this time, Kane would even get a girlfriend, Tori. However, by the year's end, X-Pac would also betray Kane. Kane would get a measure of revenge, beating X-Pac once in a steel cage match. Number 9, DOGG. It was a turbulent year for the New Age Outlaws. Road Dogg held the Hardcore and Intercontinental titles early in the year, even successfully defending his IC title in a Four Corners elimination match at WrestleMania. However, the Outlaws would split in the spring, starting a feud between the two that would see the former members of DX fighting seeing the former members of DX fight the remaining two members for the rights of the name. Road Dogg and X-Pac were able to successfully retain the rights when they defeated Billy Gunn and Chyna. But the breakup was short-lived as the Outlaws reunited and instantly won the tag titles back. They would continue together throughout the rest of the year, winning the titles off and on and being a constant at the top of the tag division. This is Jesse James' second appearance in the top 10, and he's up a spot from last year. At number 8, BADD. The unthinkable happened. Billy turned on Road Dogg and DX. Gunn struck out on his own, and Mr. Ass was born. Initially, things were going good, picking up wins against Mankind and Road Dogg. He would even go on to become the 1999 King of the Ring, defeating Ken Shamrock, Road Dogg, and X-Pac. But turned out he wasn't made for the singles action, and by the end of the year, the Outlaws were reunited with a couple of tag title reigns to go with them. This is Mr. Ass's second appearance in the top 10. He was number 8 last year as well. Number 7, Jarrett. The Chosen One has had quite a year. Along with his partner Owen Hart, he was tag team champion, and then he would go on to be Intercontinental and European champion at the same time. He racked up wins over the likes of D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry, Test, Edge, and Chyna. Once he moved to WCW, he became the Chosen One, the lead goon for the powers that be. At number 6, Taz. This was the year that Taz finally won the big one. At Guilty as Charged, he defeated Shane Douglas to become the world champion. From there, he would have a death match to unify the world title and the FTW title against Sabu. Other successful title defenses would include matches with Chris Candido, Bubba Ray Dudley in a Falls Count Anywhere match, and Tajiri. This is Taz's second appearance on the top 10, with his last being back in '97. At number 5, Farouk. The Acolytes was easily the top tag team in 1999. They weren't just members of the Ministry of Darkness, and later the Corporate Ministry. They were the Enforcers. First, they would win back-to-back 6-man tag matches, paired with Midian and Viscera, respectively, against Defectors, the Brood. Then, at Fully Loaded, in a 3-on-2 Acolyte Rules handicap match, they defeated the Hardy Boys with Michael Hayes to win the tag titles. They would actually have a couple of runs with the titles. At SummerSlam, they won a 6-team tag team turmoil match to earn another shot at tag titles by defeating Edge and Christian and the Hollies to win the match. They began feuding with and defeating a debuting Dudley Boys. Then they'd close the year out by defeating 7 other tag teams in a battle royal to earn another shot at tag titles. So yeah, Acolytes were dominant. This is Farouk's second appearance in the top 10, with his last being back in 1992. Number 4, Val Venis. You cannot convince me that Val Venis doesn't belong on this list. He had an incredible 99. Early in the year, he defeated Ken Shamrock to win the Intercontinental title. As the year went on, he picked up wins over Jeff Jarrett and Deborah, mixed tag match, Steve Blackman, Mark Henry, and perhaps his biggest opponent, Mankind. He was one of the sole survivors of his team at Survivor Series. He ended the year by beating British Bulldog and D'Lo Brown in a triple threat match to win the European title. At number 3, Goldberg. Goldberg was completely dominant this year. His first order of business, get revenge against the two people who cost him his undefeated streak, the Outsiders. First, he beat Scott Hall in a stun gun ladder match at Sold Out. Then he beat Kevin Nash at Uncensored. Other guys he mowed down this year were Bam Bam Bigelow, Rick Steiner, and DDP. He would go on to beat both Sid Vicious and Sting at Halloween Havoc, winning both the United States and World title respectively. His feud with Sid Vicious would end with an I Quit match, which Goldberg won. This is Goldberg's second appearance in the top 10, up a spot from last year. Number 2, Bradshaw. See number 5. You may be wondering why I placed Bradshaw at number 2 and Farouk at number 5. It's because during every Acolyte match, Bradshaw was more of the aggressor. He was definitely the Shawn Michaels of the two. And number 1, Rob Van Dam. This was RVD's year. In 1999, RVD was in the middle of his record-breaking TV title run. He was also undefeated on pay-per-view the entire year. The list of wrestlers he defeated this year included Lance Storm, Jerry Lynn, Justin Credible, Balls Mahoney, and Taz. He truly is the whole effing show.